The gentleman from Oregon seek recognition.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House suspend the rules and pass the bill H.R. 4572 as amended.
The clerk will report the title of the bill.
H.R. 4572, a bill to amend the Communications Act of 1934 to extend expiring provisions related to the retransmission of signals of television broadcast stations and for other purposes.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Oregon, Mr. Walden, and the gentleman from Vermont, Mr. Welch, each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Oregon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days in which to revise and extend their remarks and insert extraneous materials in the record on the bill.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, today we're offering a bill that will ensure that 1.5 million subscribers in hard-to-reach areas, including many in my home state of Oregon, will continue to receive vital news and information through the television. The Stella Reauthorization Act extends the copyright and retransmission consent provisions for distant signals retransmitted by commercial satellite providers for 5 years. Now, our committee has worked hard on this bill. We've engaged members of industry and consumer groups. We've talked about the difficult policy matters that affect all consumers when it comes to video programming. Every member of our committee on both sides of the aisle is engaged with industry and consumers to figure out the right policy and to get the right outcome, which we bring to you today. Our bill not only reauthorizes the compulsory copyright and retransmission exemption for 5 years, but it also targets and in some areas gives much needed reforms to our communications law. Specifically, this bill repeals the FCC's integration ban on cable lease set-top boxes. Now, that clears the way for innovation and investment by lifting an unnecessary regulatory burden that has cost the cable industry and its consumers who pay the bill $1 billion, Mr. Speaker, since 2007. I especially want to thank my friend, the extraordinary, terrific Vice Chair of the Telecommunications Subcommittee, Mr. Latta of Ohio, and my Democratic colleague from Texas, Gene Green, who brought this issue to our attention and helped us in this bipartisan lift to get rid of the integration ban. Our bill also evens the playing field for cable operators and broadcasters during Sweeps Week by removing a government restriction on cable's ability to drop broadcast signals during the Nielsen sweeps. Additionally, the broadcast stations in a single market will no longer be able to negotiate jointly with pay TV providers. Pay TV subscribers will no longer have to worry about losing more than one signal should a program distributor be unable to reach a retransmission consent agreement with a broadcast station. Now, these can be very contentious matters, Mr. Speaker. I'm proud to say that the Stella Reauthorization Act is yet another example of working together, getting true bipartisanship with support from all sectors of the communications industry. This type of collaboration has long been the hallmark of our subcommittee and full committee, and I'm pleased to see this legislative result. I can only urge the Senate to act swiftly and pass this bill into law before the end of the year. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I